Welcome back to Demolition Worker. Today we face the ultimate challenge, dismantling the legendary aircraft known as the Doomsday Plane. This massive flying fortress was specifically designed to survive a nuclear explosion and serve as a mobile military command center. Standing before this colossal machine, you can immediately feel the heavy weight of history and the intense atmosphere of secrecy. Armed military guards are positioned everywhere around the perimeter, watching our every single move during this highly classified demolition process. We cannot simply crush this aircraft like a normal civilian plane. Its outer shell features extremely thick and reinforced aluminum. Beyond standard metal, this specialized armor is deeply integrated with advanced electromagnetic pulse shields to protect the internal electronic systems. These thick radiation shields make the exterior incredibly tough. Standard cutting blades would shatter instantly upon contact with this hull. Therefore, we must deploy our specialized heavy machinery equipped with custom tungsten carbide cutting heads to penetrate this defensive armor. The tungsten carbide material provides the extreme hardness required to slowly slice through the dense and hardened exterior of it. As the massive cutting wheel makes its first contact with the fuselage, brilliant sparks explode across the dark tarmac immediately. The deafening screech of metal grinding against metal echoes loudly across the secure military facility, signaling the beginning of destruction. Our expert operators carefully maneuver the massive hydraulic arm, applying precise pressure to avoid damaging the sensitive components hidden inside. Inch by inch, the incredibly tough outer skin begins to tear open, revealing the complex layers of protective insulation underneath. You can clearly see the thick copper mesh woven directly into the fuselage, designed to deflect massive electromagnetic energy bursts. Ripping through these heavy layers requires absolute precision and immense mechanical power from our specially modified industrial demolition excavator machines. Every single piece of scrap metal that falls to the ground is immediately inspected and cataloged by the military personnel. The tension in the air is truly palpable as we approach the most sensitive and highly classified section of it. We're now moving our heavy equipment toward the large distinctive pump located directly on the upper back of it. This massive structure houses the giant satellite antenna, serving as the primary communication link for the president during global crises. Dismantling this specific radome is arguably the most dramatic and stressful phase of our entire demolition operation here today, guys. We must carefully peel away the fiberglass cover without causing any uncontrolled damage to the highly classified electronic components inside. The military supervisors step much closer to the machine, watching our excavator jaws with intense scrutiny and absolute zero tolerance. Slowly, the thick protective shell breaks apart, finally exposing the intricate network of wires and top-secret military communication hardware. Inside this dome lies thousands of highly secure electronic parts that once transmitted the most critical orders in the world. We are not allowed to simply remove these classified parts and transport them away to a standard recycling facility outside. Security protocols strictly dictate that every single electronic component must be completely pulverized and destroyed right here on the site. We bring in a specialized industrial shredder, positioning it carefully beneath the exposed satellite bay to catch the falling debris. The hydraulic shears delicately grab the massive antenna structure, snapping the thick mounting brackets with a loud and sharp crack. As the antenna falls into the crushing chamber, the heavy steel teeth immediately begin to tear the sensitive electronics apart. Circuit boards, memory modules, and encrypted processors are violently ground into fine metallic dust within a matter of few seconds. The military officers watch the shredder closely, ensuring that absolutely no recognizable piece of data storage survives this brutal process. Destroying this legendary aircraft truly feels like we are systematically dismantling a massive national secret right in front of everyone. With the critical communication dome fully destroyed, we now turn our attention back to the massive wings of the plane. These wings once carried thousands of gallons of jet fuel, allowing the aircraft to stay airborne for many days straight. We use our heavy-duty hydraulic cutters to slice through the thick wing roots, severing the main structural support beams. The sheer size of the wing requires us to make multiple strategic cuts to safely bring it down to Earth. A massive piece of the left wing finally breaks free, crashing heavily onto the concrete runway with a massive thud. Dust and debris billow into the air as the excavator jaws continue to chew through the remaining aluminum wing structure. Next, we target the massive engines that once powered this flying fortress through the darkest skies of the Cold War. These powerful turbofan engines are built with exotic alloys that resist extreme heat, making them incredibly difficult to cut through. Our tungsten carbide blades spark violently again as they slowly slice through the dense titanium turbine blades of the engine. Each engine is carefully dismantled piece by piece, ensuring that all valuable aerospace metals are properly separated for future recycling. The once proud and mighty aircraft is now reduced to a massive pile of jagged metal and scattered wire bundles. We move towards the cockpit area, where the most elite pilots in the military once trained for the ultimate disaster. The reinforced cockpit windows, designed to block intense thermal radiation, are shattered into thousands of tiny pieces by our machines. The heavy excavator arm reaches directly into the flight deck, ripping out the complex array of analog dials and screens. It is almost surreal to witness the destruction of a command center built to manage the end of the world. The military guards continue their endless patrols around the debris field, maintaining strict security until the very last metal piece. We deploy a massive magnetic crane to begin sorting thousands of pounds of shredded steel and aluminum fragments scattered. The giant magnet sweeps across the concrete, easily lifting heavy chunks of iron while leaving the precious aluminum pieces behind. This careful sorting process is essential to maximize the recycling value of the raw materials extracted from this military giant. As the sun begins to set, the massive shadow of the remaining tail section stretches across the busy demolition site. The tail is the final major structure standing, a tall monument to the incredible engineering behind this historic military aircraft. We position 2 excavators on either side of the tail, coordinating their movements to safely bring down the towering structure. The hydraulic shears bite deep into the vertical stabilizer, cutting through the thick aluminum ribs with terrifying power and ease. With a final powerful pull, the massive tail section leans forward and collapses onto the ground in a spectacular crash. The vibration from the impact can be felt through the ground, a fitting end for such a colossal flying machine. Our ground crew immediately moves in with handheld plasma cutters to break down the largest tail fragments into manageable pieces. Bright blue plasma arcs slice through the thick aerospace-grade aluminum, creating a beautiful shower of glowing molten metal droplets. The efficiency of our demolition team is truly unmatched, transforming a massive aircraft into scrap metal in just one day. Every piece of classified material has been successfully pulverized, fulfilling the strict security requirements demanded by the military personnel present. The remaining aluminum hull is loaded into heavy dump trucks, ready to be melted down and repurposed for future manufacturing. It is fascinating to think that this metal might one day be part of a new commercial airliner or building. The legacy of the Doomsday Plane will live on not as a weapon, but as recycled materials for peaceful purposes. We sweep the entire runway with large industrial magnets to ensure no dangerous metal shards are left behind to harm. The military Commanders perform their final inspection of the site, verifying that our demolition work meets their exact security standards. They give us the official nod of approval, confirming that the highly classified communication systems are completely and permanently destroyed. This project has tested the absolute limits of our heavy machinery and the incredible skill of our dedicated operating crew. Cutting through the electromagnetic pulse shielding was definitely the toughest challenge we have ever faced in our long demolition careers. The custom tungsten carbide attachments proved their worth today, easily slicing through materials that would destroy normal steel cutting tools. We have successfully dismantled a crucial piece of military history without compromising any sensitive national security secrets in the process. Looking at the empty tarmac now, it is hard to believe a massive flying fortress was parked here this morning. The sheer volume of scrap metal generated from this single aircraft is absolutely staggering and requires a massive logistical effort. Dozens of heavy transport trucks are lined up at the gate, waiting to haul away the final loads of aluminum. Each truck is carefully weighed and documented before leaving the secure military facility to maintain a strict chain of custody. The teamwork displayed by our crew today was nothing short of spectacular, executing every dangerous maneuver with perfect safety protocols. Demolishing military hardware requires a unique blend of brute mechanical force and delicate precision to avoid any disastrous chemical accidents. We had to safely drain residual hydraulic fluids and aviation fuels before making our first sparks with the cutting tools. Environmental safety is just as important as national security when breaking down these massive machines on an open concrete runway. Our hazardous materials team worked tirelessly alongside the heavy excavators to contain any toxic spills during the brutal tearing process. The successful completion of this job solidifies our reputation as the premier demolition company for highly sensitive government disposal contracts. We take immense pride in our ability to handle the most complex and secretive teardowns in the entire heavy industry. Tomorrow, we will move our equipment to a new site, ready to face whatever massive structure stands in our way. But today, we celebrate the safe and secure destruction of the legendary Boeing aircraft known as the Doomsday Flying Plane. The setting sun casts a golden glow over the final remaining scrap piles, signaling the absolute end of our mission. Our operators power down the massive hydraulic excavators, allowing the roaring diesel engines to finally rest after a brutal day. The deafening noise of crunching metal is replaced by the quiet evening breeze, blowing across the vast, empty military runway. We gather our specialized tools and begin the long process of loading the heavy machinery back onto our transport trailers. It takes a highly coordinated effort to safely secure these massive excavators for their long journey back to our headquarters. The military guards slowly begin to withdraw from their perimeter positions, their crucial security mission here now fully accomplished today. We share a final handshake with the base commander, acknowledging the mutual respect and success of this incredible joint operation. As we drive away from the highly secure facility, we reflect on the incredible history of the machine we destroyed. It stood ready for decades to protect the nation during the darkest times, and now it has returned to dust. We hope you enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes look at one of our most extreme and classified demolition projects. If you want to see more incredible destruction of massive machines, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We have plenty of exciting new teardown videos coming up, featuring everything from massive naval ships to abandoned industrial factories. Thank you for watching Demolition Worker today, and we will see you next time for another epic heavy machinery adventure.